Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today, I saw that Natasha and Denona is launching a new palette, and it's going to be the mini eyeshadow palette Starlette. And I'll be honest, it looks boring. It does. But I will say that the colors that she's going to put in this are already in my collection. And yes, some of them are in the actual Big Star palette, but two of them are not. However, with that said, she has two. No, she's got one metallic, and then she's got that chroma, whatever it is, which, by the way, that is my favorite shade of all time from her. Just letting you know. And then 3 cream to mattes. Now, over time, she's perfected her cream to matte formula. So I will say that I do not in my collection have the new formula of those cream to mattes, except for the nude mauve. The nude mauve, the very first shade in that palette, this is what that palette looks like. Let's see, can we get a picture of it? You'll be able to see it. So that's what it looks like in the picture. But this is what I have right here. I knew my makeup geek would come in handy, my little empty palette. So if we start, this would be nude mauve. That would be Galaxia, then Vega, and then down here we have Rhea and Persei. Or Percy. I'm not for sure. But either way. So basically we have 144 cm, 112K, 111 cm, 118 m, and 135 cm. Now, I don't agree on like the Vega one. She says it's a matte hot pink. No, not in the description of this website anyway. There's some of the things that aren't correct. However, the Galaxia shade, this one's in the star, the Vega's in the star, and the Rhea is in the star. Okay, the actual Big Star palette. The other 2 shades I actually are in my I just lost the name of it. This one here, the Lila palette. So what I done was pulled them from here and here. And those are Persei and the new mauve. Now, as I was saying, the new mauve that's in this one is the older formula of the cream de matte, and the actual new version of it she put in the retro palette, which is right here. So this is actually the newer formula. I was just sticking to 2 palettes when I pulled to make this palette so that I could give you an idea. So, and of course I own the original Star palette, which is right here, and I pulled 3 of the shades out that are in here. The actual mini Star palette, she did use all 5 shades that are in that are in this palette here. And I have it, where did I put it? I did pull it out just so that I could see it, to see like what it would look like. This one's it. So this is the mini Star palette that she had came out with. And then of course this would be considered the Starlette palette. And I was kind of sitting here looking at them. I guess they could look okay together. Wouldn't be bad. Now the Galaxia shade she also put in her, trying to grab it, the mini retro. So if you have the mini retro, you actually have the Galaxia shade. It's right here. And if you have the Star palette, it's in there. That is the prettiest shade that she has ever came out with. Ain't nobody gonna tell me otherwise. Like, it is stunning. And it doesn't matter how you use it, whether it's on the inner corner, whether you top it on top of something. You can have the worst eyeshadow look ever. Add that shade to it, and I promise you it will look like perfection. It's gorgeous. But let's go ahead and get started so that I can... This is the look we created. I did use every shade. Now, the only difference will be is the formula, like I said, her cream to matte formulas, I don't have the newer version of it in this palette. I know I don't. Because I used the new mauve that's in the retro palette. Am I correct? I don't even know if I'm correct anymore. Yes, the retro palette. Got so many palettes pulled out over here. And it is much more creamier than this one. But I personally think they're both good, to be honest. I don't have really a problem with anything with that. Now, I know some people did though. But just so you know. So the first shade we are going to start with is actually going to be the Vega, which she considers it 11CM matte hot pink. That does not look hot pink in the picture, nor does it look hot pink right here. It's actually, to me, and maybe it's just on my skin tone. Oh, but I did do all the swatches for you too. So she is saying this shade right here is matte pink. And to me, that looks more like, I mean, it is pinky, but it really, honestly, what it reminds me of is like a painterly paint pot. If you were to like put, well, I do have that on my lid, right? So that's kind of the shade that it is, to be honest. I can build that up to where you can see it peeking out a little bit, but nothing like major. And I will say this palette's got a mirror. Like, this thing came in handy. I was trying to find a palette that would hold all 5 across, but I just didn't have one. And I thought, well, this is the best that I can get it, because I don't, these shades are bigger in the 129 palettes than they are in the other ones. Now, if I had to choose the cream to matte formula, even though I don't mind her older version, which is what's in this palette, I do think I like her newer version better. Like, if I had to choose which way, I hope it is like what's in the retro palette. But at the same time, either one is fine for me. I'm not that big, not that big of a difference to me. And I will say, this is a pretty color story. I mean, it's not something revolutionary. It's not. Okay, so that was Vega. Now we're going to go into the new mod. Why do I want to keep saying new mod? Oh, Sigma. I kept wondering. I've been saying it all day. And I kept wondering where I even came up with that. But now I know. Alright, never mind. We're going to go into new mauve. Nude mauve. Oh, and it's new mod. Not nude mod, right? I don't know. Just ignore me. Nude mauve. That's correct. And we're going to start to darken up the outer corner here. I do think this creates a very pretty look, though. And again, however you decide to use it, because you don't have to use all the shades in this palette to create a pretty look, by no means. I mean, really, if you're just going out, there you go. Put one of the 2 shades on, either Rhea or Galaxia. Use Galaxia. I promise you. Like, I don't know much. I don't about makeup, but I do know that shade Galaxia, it's out of this world. Like, honest to goodness, there's not another shade that I feel as strong about it like I do that particular shade. And I don't know why, because I have similar shades like it. I do, but nothing just like that shade. And it's so pretty. It's like wet and shiny, and the light just hits it in certain ways, and it's like, ooh, like you just want to sit there and go ooh to it. Like I can't explain it. It's so beautiful though. Now I don't know how I feel about this palette, to be honest, like in the overall scheme of things, because technically I have the palette. Will I be buying it when it launches? Yes, I will. I buy everything Natasha Denona. I mean, unless I just couldn't afford it, I will. But I'm pretty sure I would. I'd sell the clothes off my back if I had to buy her palette. I would. Like, I'm that dedicated. That and Pat McGrath. Those are the two. Like, I won't miss a launch. I'll miss a launch, like to another brand. Like, I don't want to, but I will. For Natasha Denona and Pat McGrath, nope. Absolutely not. I will not. I don't care. I will go get a job real quick. Whatever I would need to do, I'm getting those whatever they release. You know what I mean? For the most part. Now there's some things that I don't really whatever about, but when it comes to their eyeshadows, for sure. Even their lipsticks, lip liners, and lip glosses, if they're in a shade I adore, I'm even becoming drawn to those, because I'll be honest, like when she launched the My Dream collection, it stole my heart. That lip liner and lipstick and lip gloss, all three all together, gorgeous. Just gorgeous. All right, we're going to take Nude Mauve and run it under the lower lash line. And again, these shadows they're really good. They're still good. They still perform great as far as I'm concerned. I think they do. But do remember, I've had them for a long time. What I am curious about is that Lila palette. I've already have it, right? But it does say back in stock. So does that mean that it's back in stock with newly formulated? Or is this same formulation? Now that she's reformulated like her cream to mattes and stuff. I'm just curious about that. Because I did notice on her website that the Lila palette is back in stock. And I was like, huh, now is that got the same formula or is it reformulated? But it doesn't say reformulated. So I have to assume it would be the same formula. But it has me wondering that, like, maybe I should get it. Even though I already have it. Just to see. Because I do think she should, like, as she's reformulating and learning and seeing what, works best and what don't, like, in feedback, customer feedback, she kind of should sell out her stock, but then bring it back at a better, I guess, quality maybe? I don't know how you would word it. All right, now we're going to go into Per Se, which is this one right here. And we're just going to darken up now that outer corner. I am using my refer brushes for this. You do not have to. You can use whatever you want, but I feel like when I'm playing with my higher end products, I like to bring out my higher end brushes in a way. I should have pulled out my Sonia G. Not yet. Not yet. I'm not ready for them yet. Soon. I feel soon I will be. But I like my refer brushes just the same. I really, really do. Okay. Alrighty. Now I'm going to take that same shade Per Se and we're going to align the lower lash line. And I do think that this look would look good with black or brown mascara. And I do think you could keep it low key or you know, make it like a glam look. I think you have options, is basically what I'm saying here. Okay. We're just gonna blend out a little bit. Get both eyes the same. Alright. Now we're going to take the shade Rhea, which is this one right here, and pop it all over the lid. Right over to that matte shade. We're not going to really cover up the matte though. We'll let it have its little moment there in the outer corner. Usually I would just pop this all over my lid, to be honest. Call it a day. I mean, this is a gorgeous shade too. Look at that. I mean, it is what it is there. But you'll see in a minute the difference that that Galaxia shade can make. It's unreal. And this shade looks nice along my aging line, you know, aging eyes. This is how metallic should be done. Too-faced. Hello. Take notes. Reformulate. Please. I want to love your brand. I want to love every brand from every price point. Like, I really, truly do. Because I know that there's people out there that do not and would not spend any type of money on makeup. And I completely understand that. But then there's some people that will pay whatever dollar amount that they have to make the makeup perform the way they want it, like to look. So I mean, I want to know every style that there is and know what works best for me. And the only way I'm going to know what works best for me is to try them. So, you know, we're going to go into Galaxia now. Here we go. Man, I'm kind of shiny, huh? That's Natasha Denona too. We'll get to that in a minute, but let's do this now. Alright, I'm just going to put Galaxia right here in the inner corner. Look at that. Need I say more? I would probably spray it if I was you. That way it goes exactly where you want it, even though I'm using a pretty small brush. And it is kind of going exactly where I want it. So it kind of went a little bit too far right here, a little bit. My fault, not it, but my fault. But if you do spray it, it'll go exactly where you want it, no problem at all. But, I mean, can we take note at this shade? I mean, do you own, first off, do you own this shade? And how do you feel about it? Like, is it just in my head, or is it really that pretty of a shade? I need to know. Because in my opinion, chef's kiss. Like, I think she done something in her dream palette with this shade, like sort of combined it somehow. The shade, I think it was Babies. Now that's my second gorgeous shade. Nothing beats Galaxia, nothing does. But I feel like I've heard somewhere that it's kind of like inspired, in which case, yes, it is. And yes, it's gorgeous too. But no, not as gorgeous as Galaxia. But I do truly love that shade too. And I'm curious on, like, if she put that in my dream palette, she must really like this shade herself. And the fact that she's added it into so many different palettes in a way, you know? I'm sorry, but like, I would buy, if I should run out of this shade, I would buy the $25 palettes over and over again, just to have backups of this shade. Now I did realize though that you cannot pull the shades out of those minis, and I'm not a fan of that. I don't like that, because I thought they were magnetic or pop out too, because all my other palettes are either pop out or like magnetic, but those are not magnetic. I tried, but yeah, so that is what it is. But anywho, okay, now this is where we're at right now. I'm still gonna line the top lash line, but we gotta play with Galaxia now. So what I do is I just pick it up on my finger, and need I say more? I mean, just, oh god, look at that. Like, it's gorgeous. And you do want to be careful, or I do, because like I'll have it everywhere, and I just pop it in the middle of my lid. Like that. Now generally I'll have a mess going on, unless I'm using like a brush or something, and I'm aware that I can definitely have a mess going on. But this shade does not like cause like wrinkling of the eyes, and I have no fallout. Now it could be because I did apply with my finger, where if you apply with a brush you kind of have more precision, but if you don't spray the brush it can get everywhere. But regardless of here nor there, like, it's a stunning color. Okay, so I don't know if I got both eyes even. That was my only thing. I feel like I don't. There's that. Whoa, now I'm gonna drop stuff. Of course I am. Oh, we gotta line that top lash line. We're not gonna drop this stuff. No, we're not. We're gonna pick that right up. Yep. Stay. So we're gonna take that Per Se shade, or Per Se, whatever it is, and I'm just gonna line the top lash line now with it. And actually that shade is a lot dark. It goes pretty dark in depth. I mean, not like dark, but it gives you enough. It's than what it seems in this pan, I think. And I really do like the look I created today using the soon-to-be palette. And I kind of can't wait, because I have to assume that the shades will be her new cream to matte formula. So gorgeous. Alright, so let's go ahead and put on some mascara. You know, I'm wondering what an all matte look would look like too. I think this would create a really pretty all matte look, even though I'm not big on that, because, well, I love shine. I'm going to use the Tower 28 mascara for the top lashes, but I'm curious on like what that would look like, because I feel like it'd be really pretty And then to put, even leave it like that, or just put Galaxia or the highlighter you're wearing on your face, you know, to bring it together for your inner corner. Like, I can somewhat do a matte look, but I have to have an inner corner highlight. Like, that's my favorite part. Unless I'm just adding Galaxia to any look. And then that's my favorite part, but to me this is such a pretty, it is a basic palette, it really is. But I will say not all the shades are in the Star palette that is from this palette. Only 3 of them are. And the other 2 are, I mean, they're in the one of them's in the retro, but really both of them are in the Lolita. What is it called? Oh my goodness. Why am I having a time? Lila. Lolita. Where'd I get Lolita? Where'd I even get that from? Any other time I have no problem. Oops. Knowing her packaging. But not today. Today I'm going to fumble with everything. But regardless. And it's one of her I guess it'll be $27 palettes. I think it's going to do good though. I really do. Even though I think it's basic, I do think that the palette will sell nicely. I really hope those shades did not just break, because all those palettes just fell. Usually her palettes hold up pretty good though, so we'll hope. I'm putting the Lancome on the bottom lash line. I didn't put anything in my waterline. Should I? I don't know what I could put in there. Could put a brown. Or I could just put a nude color, which is probably what I'll do. Of course, I don't know where they're at. I guess give me this one. I don't see my other ones. I don't know where they're at. It is hard to tell. I have a mess. Like, if you all only knew the mess I have back here, you would be horrified. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm horrified. There's times I sit down here and I'm like, girl, what we doing? Like, I feel like, you know, those hoarder shows where, like, you're so scared the boxes are all going to tumble over and, like, hurt the person. That's me. But then I'm like, well, you know, if I have to go, I do love my makeup. Like, I have an attachment to it. I really do. As crazy as that sounds. I love my makeup. Alright, so we put, what is this? The Benefit? Yeah. Eye Bright Pencil in the waterline. And then for bronzer, I used the tan palette. And then for the blush, I used the Love and Cheek one. This one here. And I haven't used this in a while. I used this blush here today. I forgot how much I like that color. It's not the easiest to work with though, but I like it nonetheless. And then for the highlighter, I actually went into my Super Glow. The number 2, it says 02 Light Medium. And it looks like this. I need to get 01 just to see, but this highlighter, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Love it. And then that's it. Bronzer, yeah. Oh, it's the tan one. So that's everything, yeah. So I kind of did mostly Natasha Denona today, really. The lip is the My Dream, the lip liner, the lipstick, and the lip gloss, which I love. Right here, this one here. It's just perfection. And I like this. I think I like this so much because whether this wears off, A, it wears nicely, and B, even when it does like wear off through the day, I don't really retouch. I don't know if you all do, but I can carry the gloss with me and just put the gloss on and it looks fine all day. Like I can just keep applying this when I need it. And I like the texture of this. I like the feel of it. I like the smell of it. Like it's just, I love this gloss. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun pulling these shades out of my collection and figuring out which ones it was, because I knew they weren't all from the Star palette. Like I knew that. I was like, no, they're not, because people kept saying they were all from the Star palette and how they don't have the Star. And I'm like, no, they're not all from the Star, because, well, the Star palette is one of my favorites, so I absolutely know that, you know, they're not all from the Star palette. But I wasn't for sure, like, where they all did come from. So it was fun. And honestly, I don't think I have put these colors together the way they were. Like I've never used Vega with Rhea or Galaxia. I mean, I always use Galaxia if I go into this palette. Let's get real. In some way, shape, or form, I've always used it. But I just, you know, this is one of my favorite palettes. And it's weird because you would think, like, I would definitely go more, like, I only stick to one side of it, to be honest. But I still would not give this up for nothing, because I feel like you got 9 shades here, 9 shades here. Yes, you can go back and forth if you chose to. I just don't. I've really hardly ever played with this side except for that dark brown to line with, really. I may have used that in the crease, but I don't think I've touched any of these. I may have touched that one, but I don't know. I love this palette. I really, really do. And the Lila, though it's not one of my favorites, it's kind of not my least favorite either. Because, I mean, I love purples and I love pinks, so, you know. But I'm just putting these shades back where they go in these 2 palettes so I don't forget where they go. But again, she chose 3 from that, and then this one here and this one here from that one. But this is back in stock if you are interested. I know this didn't get the best of reviews, you know, but it's still a pretty good palette, y'all. It really is. And I will say, I have had her palettes for a long time. Long time, okay? Let's be real with ourselves. I'm not gonna lie, I don't look at the expiration date and go, whoops, I gotta buy a new one. No, not happening. And I would say I have purchased them probably as they launched, except for the 2 big palettes. The bigger ones that are like $300 or something, I don't know, something crazy. But those 2 I purchased way later on after I had played with a lot of her formulas. But as the individual palettes came out, I pretty much purchased them as they came out. And her palettes, she must take back feedback, or just her own preference maybe. I don't know what it is, but her palettes get better and better and better with formula every time. Now, I know, and she's not scared to try new formulas either. Like, maybe they don't work, but then she reformulates. But I will say that, like, maybe not color story wise, because I know that sometimes she'll throw like the Circle Loco palette. That kind of threw everybody. I personally love that palette. The pastel palette kind of threw everybody because she is more for everyday makeup in a sense. But again, I love that palette. And actually, I think a lot of people liked the pastel palette. The Triclone palette, that one was hit or miss, but I liked it. Again, I like them all. So, but I will say that they do get better, and they still perform like I just got them. Like, their performance level has not changed. I know because I use them. So I don't use them as quite often as I should, by no means. But, I mean, I still have the Tropical palette. I like the way it performs. I know a lot of people don't like it. I know it's discontinued. The same with the Star palette. I like the way it performs. I know it's discontinued. The Safari palette. Again, it is an all matte palette, but if you take that matte palette and then you take that Galaxia shade with you, let me tell you, you've got your look. That's all I'm going to say. So, I mean, I really do think that she, at least it seems, maybe I'm way off, I don't know, but it seems like A, she cares, and B, she listens. At least in my head, because that's what I get from the brand, because it gets better, the customer feedback, this and that, and I really, like, I love buying from that brand. The customer service, I buy through her. It ships like the day it launches. Like, I'll order the pre-order, and basically the day it launches, I have it. Like, seriously, like, she ships it immediately. I don't pay for 2-day shipping or nothing like that. I think one time it may have taken 3 days to get to me. Regardless, I've always gotten the palette before it ever hit Sephora. I can say that. And I just like shopping from that brand. I really, really do. Now, I know that she's now got affiliate codes for people. Use them. Like, why not save the money? You know, plus it helps them get it, you know, if so many people, I'm sure she sends them the launches ahead of time too. So, I can't think, I know Jessica, I think is how you say it, she has one. I think Samantha has one. So you can use either one of them. I can't think of anybody else that I watched that might have a code. But I know for a fact those two do. So for now on, I'll be using the code for sure. But yeah, I think this palette's going to do really good. I am purchasing it, even though I do have those colors. I can see why you wouldn't purchase it if you do have these shades in your collection. But do know that the two... Is it the two shades? What was it now? There's 3 cream de mattes. Only one of the cream de mattes have been reformulated in the newer version. That's what it was. So, that's all the information I can really give you that I know on it. I can't think of anything else. So, I guess we just have to wait and see how it turns out. But yes, I will be ordering it. Yes, I know I don't need it, but I'm a fool. What can I say? I like to sit there and just look at them all lined up and know I have them all, and you know, different days call for different things. Honestly, today I really could have went with the mini pastel palette with this dress, but I decided to go with this instead because I was really feeling this dress, but I really wanted to film this look. So that's all I have for you today. I know it's a long one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful in some way. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all that way you're notified when I upload. I do upload every day but Sunday. I'll see you in the next one now. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.